My subject today is LGBT youth suicide rates. Realize this first, that the assertion that gay kids are killing themselves at 4 times the rate as straight kids are may be a lie put forward to garner sympathy for the gay cause and to convince us to be accepting of a lifestyle that we would rather not accept. Whenever I come across that statistic, there is never any source given to prove it, and comments about other possible contributors to each suicide are not mentioned. So the statistic might be a ruse, and when a gay kid commits suicide, the cause might be a web of concerns that the kid could not see himself overcoming or dealing with. Problems like his parents divorcing, poor grades, a puppy love meltdown, or a general sense of inferiority and unimportance due to a lack of truth in his mind concerning God in heaven and man's duty on earth to God. When God might not exist, when heaven might be imaginary, when a monkey might be your ancestor, when you can see no reason to believe in living more than dying, suicide begins to loom over you as an option by which to escape your unhappiness and lack of direction. Suppose that it's true that LGBT youth commit suicide at 4 times the rate of straight kids. Whether the rate is true or not is not easy to determine. Nevertheless, why do some gay kids commit suicide? Is it because of bullying? Is it because of all the criticism they endure? The bullying they encounter, when they encounter it, is no worse than what bullied kids had to face a generation ago when gays were still in the closet. Do gay kids get bullied today more than fat kids got bullied 40 years ago? Are they not celebrated more than bullied? Why do gay kids of our day commit suicide at a greater rate than fat kids of a former day? Here is the reason. Because today's gay kids have less moral sense and less stability in their lives than fat kids had decades ago. Are Christian kids killing themselves at a greater rate than other kids? They must not be, or we would be hearing about it, would we not? Who gets bullied and criticized more than Christian kids do? Why aren't Christian kids killing themselves at as great a rate as gay kids? It is my belief that Christian kids are mostly kids who call themselves Christian, nothing more. I say this because most kids who profess to be Christian grow up to be no more Christian than atheists are. However, the reason they are not killing themselves as often as gay kids do might be due to the fact that they grow up in a moral community made up of church and home. Christian homes and churches are not very morally upstanding these days, but the little bit of morality they have might be just enough to keep their kids from overdosing on pills or jumping off bridges. The gay community, on the other hand, is a community made up of confused, angry people who push and propagandize. Gays do come together for mutual support, but their favorite ways of coming together are not moral but immoral. That is, when they come together carnally to participate in orgies or to flaunt their lewd selves before a curious public. Who can deny it? Oprah Winfrey is no authority on LGBT psychology, and the ministers whose philosophy she embraces are not theologians. Ministers who claim that being gay is a gift from God are ministers of no one but Satan. Homosexuality is not called a gift from God in Romans 1. Romans 1 does not need the word homosexual to condemn homosexuals and the perversions that homosexuals do. If being all right, no matter what happens, is what spirituality is, as Oprah stupidly alleges, then why not practice that spirituality and be all right with Christians who condemn homosexual behavior and who refuse to bake cakes in celebration of gay marriages? True spirituality begins with repentance from sins like homosexuality and repentance yields acceptance from God. This has been a puritanical opinion on suicide rates among LGBT youth. The longer version of what I have just delivered may be accessed by the link in the description box.